Hey, what's up, y'all? Memorex here. Uh, just made this video. I want to talk about some leveling tips and specs for one spec for Warrior Fury, and if we got time, we'll talk about some gear as well. Some enhancements associated with the gear pieces. So for starting off with leveling, some leveling tips for Legion. It was nice. You could pick which area. I believe you could. What quests you wanted to start at? What zones? I'm sorry. So like in Stormheim, if you got a quest over here, just look around. Like if you see any other quests, go ahead and scoop them up. Chances are you'll get more quests in that same area, um, which entail means more gold, more experience or XP. Um, and also, if it's like, go over here and talk to so and so, save that for when you finish like the five or two or three, whatever, in the area. And then go over there, and chances are there's going to be about two to five, in that area as well. So, um, I would suggest those. In addition to that, in between questing, you can always rely on dungeons and raids right here. Um, Obviously not Legion heroic. Well, maybe just regular Legion, depending on what level you are. But if you're under 100, there's still gonna be dungeons, what have you, that you can enter, get experience in between questing, and it actually helps. Like it'll fill up your bar when you're a lot lower level wise. So it's not too much of a struggle to get gear because you're going to be leveling so fast with all these tips that I'm giving you. But no, honestly, yeah, I wouldn't waste any money at the auction house. Don't buy gear until you're 110. Even then, I would not waste money on gear. Like I'm 825 and I've had this 110 maybe for a week and a half, and I'm already 825, like I just said. But you know what I'm saying? Like between world quests, which you should also work for, and if you don't, you should look into it or request in the comments that I like make a video about world quests. Anyway, you'll get gear from world quests, from regular quests, from dungeons and heroics, and if you know what I mean. So that's just my preference. Another tip, like I was saying with dungeons, you can PvP. Like it kind of like breaks up leveling and whatnot. So sometimes, well, maybe at 110, but not so much leveling. I was queuing for dungeons and whatnot, and while I'm waiting, 10 to 30 minutes, I would queue for a random battleground, and that just kind of like breaks up the repetitiveness of like going over here, getting 10 items of this, killing this person, going over here and doing the same shit again. So when you do that, you get honor talents. I do not have near as many as some people, but level 10, you could probably get all this in one night, which I did on another tune. So I felt, you know what, I want this on this character. So at least the first row is straight. Like, there's really nothing on here that you could complain about. I don't know. Granted, I'm not sure. I mean, it says passive. I don't know if it does go into PvE as well. Like death throw, that would be nice in PvE if a boss is below 25 health. Um, so those are some tips. I wouldn't really waste money, like I was saying, on gear. Just stick to questing and dungeons, honestly. Like, that's the best bet. And maybe some PvP in between. Break it up. So next, I want to talk about Spec. Obviously, I'm a Fury Warrior, so this is going to be about a Fury Warrior spec. The other leveling, it could be for any class, obviously. So for this one particular, here's my honor. You already saw that. Okay. Here we go. When I was leveling, I did use War Machine. Killing a target grants you 30% haste and movement speed. It is nice when you're leveling and you have to go kill X amount of people and you wrangle up four. Once you drop one of them, you're already getting a 30% increase in haste. So that means hella quick triggering on your taskbar down at the bottom. Like, it takes like a fraction of a second to be able to do some cool move like Raging Blow or Bloodthirst. So it was nice. It was nice in that you could use your skills a lot, but it didn't. It wasn't like helpful like Endless Rage. Like I said, I just recently switched. My spec used to look like that. Yeah, it used to look like this. War Machine, Double Time, Avatar, Furious Charge, Massacre, Bloodbath, and Dragon Roar. Um, I'll get down here in a second and talk about those, but aside from that, let me talk about my current spec. Um, Again, endless rage. It's always crucial because you need rage. So when you're bloodthirst or raging blows on cooldown and you're just hitting, there's generated rage right there. Double time was pretty good because I really like to like charge in. I'm kind of one of those to like try and run away and then charge back. So this and to skip Avatar, I'll talk about that in a second. Furious Charge and Double Time like go hand in hand. Like if you're charging in, Furious Charge grants you some 300% health on your next Bloodthirst. So that turns into like maybe like 300,000 to 400,000 extra health per Bloodthirst. So you could charge in, get that, and that's a good chunk of health. Run back out, charge in once your Bloodthirst is timed up, and then that's almost a million, like like 800,000 worth of health that you just did charging in. So PvP or in PvE, it's helpful. So back to Avatar. I chose that. Outburst isn't that great, honestly. Wrecking Ball, it's okay. But Avatar, once again, can be used for PvP or PvE, just like these other two Double Time Furious Charge. The best thing, it makes you bigger and increases your damage for 20%. So that is dope. And it's when frothing Berserker. I just switched that, like I was saying, I used to have Massacre. Honestly, I don't know why I picked Massacre. I thought it would be helpful in PvE. But after switching, this is definitely more useful than Massacre. And Carnage, you can use that as well. Like if you want, it's kind of like Endless Rage and Carnage over Frothing Berserker and War Machine. Like these two are pretty good, and I would suggest either of those. Maybe not so much Fresh Meat or Massacre. Moving on, Inner Rage. I just switched this as well. This was another switch. I had Bloodbath, and Bloodbath, it's nice because it adds on. I don't know if you can see down here. To all these down here, I don't know if you see. No, I got my mouse hidden. Dragon Roar, Odin's Fury, Battle Cry, Berserker Rage, Avatar. Down on my bar down here, you have all these abilities that can like just boost out like quick damage. So Bloodbath, when you're leveling, like I was saying, like and you have a big target and you're tired of just one person you're hitting, and you get 4 or 5 people around you, boom, 30-second cooldown. Dragon Roar, 25-second cooldown. I mean, those should always be pressed when you're battling people. And that's another tip for leveling. Use your cooldowns. It's nice because it's no longer like, well, at least for Warrior, like a 30-minute cooldown or 15-minute. Most I have right here is a 3-minute. 3-minute for PvP as well. Aside from that, yeah, 2 minutes, minute 50, 1 minute, 1 minute, 45 seconds, 25 seconds, and then if you had Bloodbath, 30 seconds. So leveling, definitely get Bloodbath. More so PvP, and I guess you could still use Bloodbath for Heroic and Mythic PvE, but Inner Rage I found to be more helpful, I guess. And that's just personal preference. Obviously, Bloodbath, Inner Rage. I never use Furious Slash. Raging Blow. It does put it on a cooldown, but what's nice, I think in one of my other videos I was talking about rotation. So when you're sitting there clicking and you're attacking people, you can go, Bloodthirst, Whirlwind, and then Raging Blow. Bloodthirst, Whirlwind, Raging Blow, and then there's your rotation. I mean, it does have a 4-second cooldown. However, because of this rotation, when you get back to Raging Blow, it's ready to get popped again. And with this inner rage, it hits like a dump truck. Aside from like a execute, like it's a big powerhouse aside from bloodthirst, so it is crucial. Lastly, blade storm, eh. I would use it maybe for arms, and it goes all three of these down here. I guess you can't really go wrong, but more so for me, I've always picked Dragon Art. I don't know why, just increasing damage to all enemies within 8 yards. That's like I love that. That's like all up in damage burst right there. Um, Obviously reckless abandon. That's good because boom, you got 100 rage, and then frothing berserker 100 rage. You get increased damage. Boom, avatar extra 20%. Boom, like so it's fun. It's a preference. This is what I've done. It's worked. Um, Obviously I'm not in top end guilds. I just play for fun. You know what I mean? So with that spec, it has been very entertaining now that I switched to this one. Um, I would highly suggest it. And lastly, with the gear, kind of touching on when you're leveling, it's not crucial to get gear nor buy gear on auction house. But when you do, focus on these enhancements down here in the bottom right corner. For warriors, critical strike, haste, mastery, those are crucial. You do not really need versatility at all. I have 3%, and my highest in mastery is 32%, so it shows versatility. Blah. Um, for warriors, critical strike, haste, mastery. Try and focus on those. More so mastery and critical strike. Haste, you can always tag along afterwards. As long as you're putting down some fat damage with your crits, with your increased mastery, then you can start worrying about going faster with the haste. But at least for me, I'm 825. My alliance tune in another video I was talking about is 837. I'll have to get on him. I'm not sure how he's spec'd. I might have to switch him to this, but yeah, like this is what I highly suggest. Aside from that, though, I've given you guys some good leveling tips. I hopefully have helped you out in those regards, and I wish you the best. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. What's up? What's up? Ah! I take you. I take you. Where's my fish? There it is. Ah! Get out of my face.